We have a Cindra game and a slightly different build to the one I advertised the other day. I have jiggled this around to get all my combo into the board because main deck combo pieces are terrible when you have nothing to capitalise off them. So this is basically hot to trot as standard. Well, it's thinking, that's absolutely fine. I can go back to talking about the deck list for a moment. Yeah, basically, without having Surgeon, without running any of the sort of things that would capitalise off AMP, because they created Arcane, whatever the hell it's called, the combo is really unuseful unless you're playing a slow match. So the whole combo is now shoved into the side for against normal people, and we kind of work from there. They have no AB, so that's fun. Get that 7-point turn one swinging, shall we? Roll the crown and we'll try and get some decompose going. This is a little bit rubbish. Fine, leak this first one. Yeah, right. Think below to that, and then we're going to keep the shelter because it stops them recovering with kunais. Now go again, did it? Yeah, the sink below is not great here, but it'll do. We won't sink anything because this is, what we're trying to keep, the Burn Bear Heartbeat, just because what else are you going to keep? This is then going to eat the Flick Knife. Shouldn't be able to force 3 hits through anymore. They get to force damage through, but not enough to get a mask card, which is kind of what I care about more than anything, because this will have prevented 2, denied them a card. That's like 5 to 6 value, kind of all I really want. Is there any beeping in the background? I have Discord open and it doesn't mute when you're playing Teleshare. So they're going for it. It's fine. They don't have an arsenal for next turn, so they're still quite controllable. That's good. I get to do the Burn Bear, which, keeps me neatly in the lead. They're catching up quite quickly, obviously, because they hit pretty hard. But not a great hand, but there is a Tilling, which is good. I've got no Earth cards yet, so we're probably trying to block out with this, I think. least part of this. That. I think this is a good turn to try and stop them doing some stuff. Hit one, they're guessing there. Annoying card to deal with. I think we're going to sink it and clear the other sink from my hand, see if we can draw anything. Worst case scenario, we're felling for 4. Oh, I've not clicked that right. I can. Click the right on the button and auto pass, or did I just hit pass and not pay any attention? The perils of talking and doing. Is a hand of some sort. Quite a good hand, to be honest. I do have enough for a decompose, but just straight CNC to the dome against somebody who values cards is good value. I've only got a 1 point life lead now. They will out aggro me pretty hard, especially if I draw kind of rubbish hands. But you know, I've just got to keep up tempo till they're on like 7, and then they're dead. Is the theory. No turn off Verdance, as we always forget. If this does no damage and takes 2 cards, it's done an amazing job, basically, because it means they're going to have such a non-aggressive turn. While they choose, we'll be opening a drink. You can potentially enjoy the sounds of delicious drink opening. If not, I'll do it for you. There you go. That was a drink opening. If it didn't come through. We have hit British summertime, which is wham. People in some parts of the world going, yeah, no, it's not that hot. Oh, it's that hot. We have a very strange type of heat in the UK. It kind of permeates. If you're in, like, I don't know, Texas, Arizona, you can probably say, oh no, it's hotter. But like, it's oppressive. And I will be talking shit to fill time because I'm just waiting for them to finish passing through. Okay, so I've now got a graveyard with 2 Earth, 2 non-Earth. Got my root band in place now, which is good. My second burn bear is here already, and that is not good. Let's keep these desperately. Use the root band first, even though it's a slight waste. Just because they're not going to be that aggressive overall, I think, and I've got to sort of try and mediate my hand out. This hand is a little bit sketch. And I really, really want to make sure I get the decompose through. Because without the decompose, this felling's going to sit here forever. Both burn bears are gone, and I have to be sad. I'm so tempted to cut 3 copies of it in the main. It's got a slightly high chance of breaking you, but like that 3rd copy actually being in the bottom half of your deck goes up so much more percentage wise. Kind of a big deal, really. Yep, so no damage again. They ask on the card. We see them again. We need to get a block in with an Earth card in the next turn or so, really, and then we can felling them, and felling makes the world better. Honest to God, though, LSS, if you print me an arm slot that is 1 block and Earth, I will run it. Yes, God, I want more Earth cards in the bin. Okay, this fixes the problem. But this could be a turn where they can force the mass. Maybe. We only really have 1 more block now. We've got the bark skin if we need to, and I will use a bark skin activation against a card if the option arises, but it's going to be awkward. They could in theory go 1, 2, 3, but they're not really gonna. I'm going to block with this, even though it will cost me a point of life versus gaining 2 life with it. But that is because that means they're incredibly unlikely to be able to hit 3 in a row. Yeah, saying like we're done, I think, and that's fine. I mean, they're cute. They get some good damage, but you sort of see how that blocker's denied them a card draw here, which is really important. You just all you're doing in Cindra is counting the mask and where you can stop it, and then working out where you can do this. They should remove the "do you want to" on this. Like, you can decompose and get on it. So they're functionally skipping a turn and then putting a card in arsenal. They've only got one kunai, so I'm in a really nice place here because, like, you know, assuming I draw not a bad hand next turn, I can do a lot. It's pretty good. It gets extra interesting because it's snatch. We do that because we're throwing the felling, and if we block with one, we may as well block with both. Also gives me more banished targets. So if it was anything but snatch, I would have probably let it through. You know, they're back on no arsenal. They're about to be on a free card again. Just felling all day long. So we can eat the other felling and we'll take the fruits and we'll keep the pulsing ether because the pulsing ether might be used to kill them. Chosen to take a lot of damage. Which is good because it means they're very close to being killed. Especially with the cadaverous. We're probably going to do a block with these and we can't afford to decompose. Because it will eat our targets, but we've got 7 racked up from Plume into Waning basically here. So really, it's just we've got a free card hand. I don't think they can draw bonus cards and be particularly threatening. We're just going to try and we're going to block 2. We're going to decompose those 2 into the cadaverous next turn. Like that is the whole plan. Just denying them the card draw because we just don't want them to have it. That's the entire statement. Don't want them to have it. That's interesting. I don't think we carapace now because they've done that. This will hit regardless. Although, no, we do need to do this because if it gets stuck in hand, yeah, we've got the ring left, so that's fine. We want this tilling to be big, and we can eat the felling of the crown. That's fine, but we definitely need another earth card in. Fine. Winging Freight at this point is just basically an incredible threat. They're going to have to start putting things to it. If I ever get the mask off them or the flick knife, I'm laughing. If this takes like 2 cards off them, I'm still very happy. It just takes a lot of their momentum, and that's what we want. Then they're dead. It's like a bad choice. I think we just do it. Got life gain to win, probably, but they shouldn't do. Yeah, I'll do it. Good game. Got well ahead there at 19 ahead. Yeah, that's the whole Cindra game, right? You're just denying that card draw. They didn't get a single card off mask in that game. And if you can kind of keep them in that rut, great. The biggest sort of power of mask is that when you hit one, you normally queue up the next turn to also hit it, because you're throwing 5 cards, arsenaling, throwing 5 cards, and that cycle is very, very hard to pull out of. In terms of not letting them have 3 in a row, because 5 cards is like 6 attacks, generally speaking, and with a flick knife, that means you can go like you'd have to go block 2, let 2 through, block 1, let 2 through, block 1, let 2 through to stop it, and the flick knife just says no to that. So it's about keeping them off that kind of cycle of 5-5-5-5. It's which is what you saw. And I don't think you see here, mine's just a very even, just a bit of damage every turn, and theirs is. They had that nice 16 in there, but like the amount of times I kept them on 4 and 5 because it was just constant pressure. It's why Cindra, despite probably being the stronger of the aggro decks, I think. I don't actually. What's she called? Iron Maiden. Why am I blanking on her name? Vincent. Vincent, I think, is maybe stronger. But the 2 of those are both good, but both struggle with a slower, more controlling meta, which is what we've kind of entered. So, this is where we are, and you can sort of see with 19 life remaining, I was in a great spot, even with a terrible hand. So, that's the game. See you in the next one.